Hello everyone, welcome to the training session on courseware level 2. I'm Scarlett. Okay, first of all, I would like to review a little bit of the stages or different steps in level 2. In level 2, we have 9 parts. The first part is a theme page, and then learn and say of words, and then let's talk. It's about word practice, and then listen and tell, and then learn and say sentence, and then critical thinking, and show and tell, and optional wrap up. Okay, let's see one by one in the courseware. Okay, here we still use the child class as an example. Well, the topic here is making cookies. Again, well, before you start teaching, please do not share screen. For example, when we are talking, okay, we are doing the warm-up, we greet with each other, then we can stop share, okay? So how are you today? What have you done? Welcome to the class, and this is the first time we meet each other. Okay, what do you like to do? Or what do you like? What is your favorite animal? And what do you like cookies? Then gradually lead into the topic. And then, okay, now let's find out what we're going to learn today. Then share the screen here. Okay, the most important thing, the first thing is to switch to the full screen mode here. Okay, so now you can introduce the topic. Today we're going to learn how to make cookies. Okay, we need to learn some words and some steps of how we can make cookies at home. And then, please don't forget to check the student and give stars if they come on time. And then turn to next page. This is learn and say. This learn and say is about the words, the new words. Learn and say. We use different tags here. Words. Okay, so here in this picture we can see some flour, right? You can explain a little bit. This is the ingredient we use to make bread, cakes, and something else. And then a phrase, crack eggs. This is an action to break the eggs. To explain a little bit, make sure the students, they understand. Well, actually, before the class, they've already previewed the new words and some key sentences. But here, we still need to teach to make sure that they understand every single word. Next page, mix, bow. The same. And here, this is the let's talk part. Let's talk is to practice the new words we just learned. What do you need to make cookies? Well, we can circle, use the annotation to circle. Ask the students, what do we need? What is this? This is flour. We need flour to make cakes. We need eggs. We need to crack eggs to make a cake or cookies. And we also need butter, nuts, and milk, and seasons, I think, and the mixture, okay? If necessary, you can put down the word here, for example, flour, eggs, butter, etc., okay? Or you can also put them here, notes, flour, eggs, butter. Okay, after practicing these new words, then we can move on to the next page. Okay, another word to practice. What is she doing? She is mixing the flour, right, in the bowl. You can put the sentence down. For example, she is mixing the flour. Or you can say, she is mixing the flour and the eggs in the bowl. Okay? Depending on the student's English level. And then next page. Well, learn and sing again. Some new words. Oven and bake. Circle. Circle is, I think it's necessary. This is an oven, and she is baking the cake or the cookies. She's baking. Okay, then next page. Okay, this is the listen and tell. The students have reviewed the class. That means they've already learned the new words and sentences by themselves. But here in the class, we need to recap, to recall the key sentences here. Okay, for example, if the student is really advanced, then you can just click this audio directly. But you need to explain a little bit, of course. For example, you need to give an instruction just like, okay, now it's listen and tell time. We're going to read a short sentence and then you're going to repeat it. Okay, listen carefully.
My mom likes to make cookies at home. I help her make some cookies.
Then you ask the student to repeat. If they can't do it, then you can give them some hints like ask the student to read. My mom likes to that, blah, blah, blah. For example, if the student's really low level, then you can click this I button to show the sentence and then play the audio.
My mom likes to make cookies at home. I help her make some cookies.
Well, you ask the students to repeat, then you can say, my mom likes to make cookies at home. Okay? To type it down. Well, I think, please don't type this way because it's really hard for them to read. You can type a little bit above them. I help her make some cookies. Like make some cookies. Cookies. Okay. This way is better. Okay. That's how we teach listen and tell. If you want to show the whole picture to the student, just to click this eye at the bottom of the page here. Click it, then the whole text box disappears. Only the picture left. Okay, and then the second one, the send play, based on the student's English level, you can show the sentence first and then play the audio, or you just play the audio directly and then ask the students to share, to repeat, and then you show them the words one by one. Okay. Okay, then comes the topic discussion. This is actually a lead-in to the topic we're going to discuss about. Let's talk about how to make cakes. Actually, in the previous parts, we've already talked about how to make cookies. And then here, let's talk about how to make cakes. Well, we need to use the key words like first, next, then, finally. If the students, they can't remember, then that's fine. They can talk about anything about cakes, okay? They can say anything. Wow, what can you see in the picture? I see a cake with some raspberries or anything. The raspberries are red or pink. I can see there are green leaves, anything related, okay? And I see some butter on the bread, something. Yeah, anything, as long as they talk, is fine. And then, okay, then we come to next page. We go to next page here. Well, we're going to learn the sentences. And together we're going to learn how to make the cakes. Okay, how to make cakes. First, well, circle the action. First, I crack eggs. Okay. And then, how to make cakes. Next, I mixed it. Okay, or you can just say I mix the flour with the eggs, anything. As long as they can give you the sentence next, I do something. How to make cakes. Then I make them into a shape, something. And then, lastly, how to make cakes. Finally, I put some raisins or nuts on the cakes. That's all about learn and say. And then after learn and say, we have a critical thinking part, which is to help the students to figure out how to talk about the steps of doing something like making pancakes or making cookies. Well, we need to annotate a little bit to show them, well, we need to say, well, for example, okay, now we've learned how to make cakes and cookies, right? So we're going to make pancakes. Now we need to find out how we are going to do that. First, we need to crack what? We need to crack eggs. Very good. And then next, we need to mix the eggs, right? With the flour. Very good. And then we need to make them into a shape, a big cake. And then finally, we need to bake it this way, just to make it easy to understand. Okay, then now we go to next page. It's show and tell. Show and tell means that it's show time for the students. It's time for them to talk about something that we just learned using the words and sentences. Okay, we've already given the keywords here. First, next, then finally. And the students, they need to talk about picture by picture. First, second, third, and then, well, not use first, second. Okay, it's show and tell time. The students need to talk about how to make pancakes by themselves. And the keywords are given here. First, next, then, and finally. Well, you can circle the picture one by one. First, ask Cynthia to say, what should we do? First, we need to crack eggs. Second, we need to mix the eggs. Third, we need to make it a shape and then put some cheese on it. Finally, we bake it. Please put down the sentence the students give, for example. First, I crack some eggs. Next, I mix the eggs. Then I put some cheese on it. Finally, I bake it. Please put it here because it's a little bit difficult to read on this part. Okay, then next one is still show and tell. Okay, one more optional. This is for the advanced students. They can talk about what they need to do after the after making cookies or making pizza, things like that, to help the parents to clean. But if the students' English is really limited, then we just skip this part. We just review a little bit of the previous pages, and then comes to the other part. I believe most of the students sign up for level 2 should be able to read. You can ask them to read the words and sentences. And then, again, this is the leaderboard part to count the stars. Oh, don't forget to give stars to the students to encourage them to participate more. Because I'm just explaining, so I didn't give a lot of stars to Cynthia and Michael. And you can stop the music here. So stop share, so you can see the students clearly, and it's easier for you to communicate with the big screen. Okay, that's all for the courseware level 2. Thank you. Bye. See you next time.